Welcome to another Twisted Tuesdays. I am your host, Arthur Nikki Nicole. This is where real talk meets real life. And today is no exception. Now, today I'm joined by two of my favorite people, y'all. My brother Charlie Nice and my sister Z Smith. So, let me straighten that out. Poetically, we gotta put that out. Poetically sincere. And together we're going to explore the true definition of a provider. What does that mean? Who really fits that role? So get ready for an unfiltered conversation where we use our voice to speak our truth and break down this topic like never before. So after their countdown, please welcome these amazing people to the Breaking the Silence again, because y'all know y'all saw them before. So welcome them back. What's up, y'all?
That was a good
What's
side by side.
up? I know, right? That's the first time I ever really seen me and you like that. That was cool.
Right, that was
Okay,
dope.
okay.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling today?
We
I'm
all
feeling
right.
great.
Good, good. So y'all know how I do. I let y'all talk first, and I come at the end, and I do my opinion. So Z, you go ahead and start it off. Tell us from a woman's perspective, what is the definition of a provider?
The definition of a provider is one who, because it can have two sides to this, right? So, on a from my standpoint, for a man, the provider would be one who goes to work, one who's making the money, one who's paying the bills, providing for the home from outside, right? And then I would say that the woman's role, because I'm kind of old school, right? My grandma raised me. So the woman's role would be to you at home, right? You take care of home, you cook, you clean, you provide for your children. You want to make sure your husband is good because he don't work long hours. That's the role of a woman. But nowadays, all right, because we in a whole new type of lifestyle, the provider, the definition of a provider is just one who is providing, one who is taking care of home, one who is taking care of the children, one who is paying the bills. It doesn't matter the gender, could be male, could be female. It's just that person that is taking care of life.
So what you say, Charlie, from a male's perspective?
From a male's perspective, I think a provider is one who provides for his family and for his circle, for those people that around him, that him or her, that that need that help, that is seeking for elevation. I could tell you this forehand that I think I'm a provider because I be helping so many people out. And sometimes I get the cold shoulder. All right, it's all good. I don't need you here with me anymore. And then again, I have those who appreciate me for providing what I could provide for them. But I'm gonna let them know this forehand. I'm not gonna sit here and keep doing this over and over and over again. I can provide for you, but then that's kind of stopping me from what I want to do. I can provide for you, yes, but I can also show you how you can be a provider for yourself.
Now, see, me and Shira was talking the other day about this very topic, right? So there's a difference between a provider and a breadwinner. Now, what do y'all think sets those two apart from each other? Because I was raised that the man is the provider, the man takes care of the household, the man goes out and makes the money. But this is the question I asked her. I said, okay, he's going out making the money, so that makes him the provider, right? But if that woman didn't take that same money to pay those bills, then what we doing? So wouldn't that classify her also as being the provider too? Because she made sure that it was executed, if that makes sense. The woman, back in the day, they said the woman stay home, she cook, she take care of the kids, all of these things. So why can't the woman also be a provider too? Because if she didn't cook those meals for that man and make sure those kids were taken care of, then wouldn't she be a provider too? What you think, Z?
Yeah, so okay, so let me give you my household dynamic, right? Because we really live old school. My husband gets up and he goes to work. I'm at home. I get to go to the softball games and I get to cook dinner and I get to watch movies and I get to be the provider for my children, right? I get to ensure that he has something to eat when he comes back. I go pick him up on his lunch breaks. I bring him back. I am providing a lot of different things in that aspect. Okay. So when you talk about the word providing or provider, there's so many different things in that narrative in that one word, right? It's not just the money. It's not just about who's making the money. What else is being done? Because you can go in the world and make $1,001, but who's there catering to you going to work to make that $1,001? You know what I'm saying? Who's giving you that little boost to make you want to get up and go make that $1,001? You know what I'm saying? So on both ends, there is a providing um, technique going on. You know, we compensate each other.
Charlie, you shaking your head. What you say about it?
Yeah, like because adding on to what she said, I mean, you can also provide somebody peace, a peace of mind. Let's say, yes, I am the only one working in the house. Let's say a scenario, you know what I'm saying? And she's home with the kids all day and she needs some peace. I'll be like, yo, you know what? Let me just take the kids out. You have your piece of time, you clear your mind, you could get everything started, dinner and everything started. I got you. I'm providing you with something, you know. Let me know up front that you need something, and I can provide it for you. We're a team, right? So let's keep on working as a team, keep this family growing so we could keep on, progressing forward.
Now, peace of mind, boy. You said a mouthful just was saying that. A peace of mind is a listen. I didn't know what a peace of mind was when I was coming up, but boy, baby, when that adulthood hit, I needed peace. So if you're providing your woman with peace, you winning. You winning with that. So now my thing in the modern day, now how couples are now, do you think the roles have shifted a little bit because you have some males that are staying home and stay home stay at home dads, and you got the woman going out there. So now in that type of situation, would you consider the woman the provider, or would you still say that both are providers?
All right, so I still think that they both are providers. Because even if you shift the roles, he's still at home providing you something. He's still at home taking care of the kids. He's taking them to school. He's doing all of the things that you can't do. And as my good brother said, he's also providing you some peace, right? Oh, well, we got to think, right? Because sometimes you don't get that peace. You're not provided that peace, right? We got to let's take that out for a second. Because sometimes you're not provided. Everybody don't give you that peace, but they are providing you outside of that. They are providing you the essentials, the necessaries. You know what I'm saying? The basics that we should be appreciative for. So I think, and then on the aspect of a man staying home, we got to remember that the role of a woman, we do it great. Okay, I'm not taking away from y'all, but y'all can't. We are unmatched. We're unmatched. Y'all can't step in the shoes that we wear. Y'all can't walk in these hills and then turn it to sneakers. Y'all can't do that. Okay, we finesse this motherhood and this staying at home and doing all. We finesse that with to a T. Y'all can't do that, but y'all can try. And there comes a level of appreciation for a man trying to amount to that level of what a woman can be. All right, I'm done.
All right. On this topic or whatever, like my mom, she was my provider. It was a guy there, but he wasn't really filling that role. He was doing his little side hustles and all that, but it wasn't bringing in what my mom was bringing in. You understand what I'm saying? It was all about fast money to him. My mother was the long process and the riches afterwards, you know? So basically, I've learned from her, like it's not kind of right to just stay home and do, what I'm saying? Like take care of the kids. I mean, you can do that, but then, after a while, the woman is gonna look at you like, it's like, don't you want to like, get up off your feet and try to bring in more income so we can, extend what we want to extend, go where we want to go, and stop dreaming all the time, you know? Even today, like females, you see females out here, they getting their own, they getting their bag. They're like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. I give you kudos because you learn how to be a provider for yourself. But everything is going to change when you have your man and you have your kid. You're going to have to let your man know, like, you see how I'm out here getting this bag? You're going to have to, get this bag with me, you know? The train ain't gonna stop running. We gotta keep rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But now though, Charlie though, like back in the day when they was playing these roles though, things were more reasonable. Like it was cheaper. Even down the food, buying a house. Like my mother didn't have to go through the process of paying for rent because she was blessed with generational wealth. We had a house that passed down to her. She finished the paying off the house, so she never had to experience paying rent. If it makes sense, because she tell me, "Oh, your rent's so high." Mama, that's the way of the world now. Like we don't pay no little bit, no $500 in rent, and that's it. I wish I could, but just like Z said, a woman is unmatched, and that's so true because I don't wear no heels now. Don't put me no heels. I don't wear no heels, but let's just say I transfer from the sneakers to the boots. This is with sneakers and boots. That's a lot to do because you're cooking for the family. Because I have a big respect for women that stay home because I did it before. You have to cook, you have to clean. And if you got kids, you got to take care of those kids. I mean, you're just moving all day long like it's a full time, not job, but a career. You got to go to football games, basketball games. Not only that, take them to their friend's house. You got to take them to tutoring, pick them up from school, take them to school. So it is really unmatched because really, can you do it as a man? Like that's a lot. Who's there for her? Because after all of that, she need a therapist. Like seriously, she gonna need that piece all day. She ripping and running. So, and this is like a everyday thing, Monday through Friday. Not even Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday is not free unless she got somebody on the weekends to get the kids so she can relax. It's a full-time career.
And
So I
see,
need
I ain't mean to cut you off, but as a man, as a man, that's when you have to look to your woman and see what's going on. You gotta look. Oh, not even if you're the man of the house and you're the provider, you always have to stand up tall and look and see what's going on. Like observe the playing field. Make sure your wife is okay. Your kids is food in the house. Your kids got enough clothes or whatever to wear. Your wife mental is straight because you don't really know what's going on. She's not really gonna tell you everything. You might gotta drag it out of her. You might have to have those. Better yet, let me sum it up for you. You got to have those checkup moments, even if it's every 3 days of the week. Like, yo, are you good? Is everything all right? Let's have a one on one, even if it's for an hour. Let me know what's on your mind. Let me know what's going on.
But you know what? Women are, I think women are the most strongest individuals in the world, and no shade thrown to men. But we carry a lot on our shoulders, the world sometimes, and a lot of times we're not gonna say anything. So that to your point, Charlie, you have to, as the man in that situation, say, "Hey, you okay? Is there anything I can do to help you?" Because she's not gonna speak up. She's just gonna keep going and going and going like an energizer bunny. She's not gonna say it because she feels like she has to do these things. But I just feel like the roles now, the way relationships in general are, I'm so glad I ain't got to be out here dating nobody because it's hard. It's hard finding love out here now. Like even these chat lines are not chat. Listen, chat lines, y'all. I used to talk on the phone on chat lines, right? Now
Me too.
they're on the computer. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Mhm.
Me three.
Mhm.
I can't do this no more. So finding somebody that's gonna provide for you and your family, I think it's harder now. Because most men or women, you got men and women. I ain't gonna throw no shade at the men, but most men and women don't feel like you got to work to provide. They depending on other people to take care of them now. It wasn't like that when I was coming up. We wanted our own bag, and now it takes 2, 3 bags to even run a household. You can't. Sometimes you can't do it by yourself. You know what you was gonna say, Z? Like you was coming up to say something.
You know it. Listen, what I was gonna say was this is why we have to raise the children with the understanding of providing for themselves. Because if we understand to provide for ourselves, we can understand how to provide for other individuals, right? We also need to teach our children how to stop accepting one who doesn't want to provide at all, one who just wants to sit around and just accept life for what it is. You're not their caretaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that all of that starts with what they see. So as my brother said, he's seen his mom being the caretaker, but the guy in the house, why is that okay? Why is that the role? Why is that the dynamic? And then you have a young boy growing up to be a man, having to see a man not being a man. His mama just taught the man how to be a man for the man. That's not our role. That's not our role. Our job is to nurture our sons, to teach them how to have some sort of love and care and nurturing for their children and their wife. That's our job. But now, when you add that extra role onto us, now we have to install some type of man eurisms into our children, our boys, so that our boys can grow up and be the man that we desire. It becomes a highly unfair dynamic, but it all starts with what we're teaching and showing at home. We are the teachers to our children. So if we teach our children that us providing alone is the way to go, you're going to have a child that grows up in the world and is selfish. They don't want to provide for nobody else. My mama, she only provided for me and herself. I ain't giving you nothing. That's selfish. It's okay to be like that. But then you also have to install in them that you want to experience life. You want to be with somebody else. You want to have relationships. And this is the dynamic of a relationship. I teach my children that you want to get you a career, right? This is rules. There's steps to life, right? You finish high school, you go to college if that's what you choose, or you get a trade and you start your career. Don't get a job. It's a difference. Get you a career, start your career, right? And then you find whatever spouse you choose to be with. I'm not saying I have your in between. You're gonna have your in betweens, but don't settle. Don't do that. Stop settling. Don't settle. We have to teach our children not to settle for anything that is not comfortable for them. See what kind of person you're dealing with. Are they going to provide the same way you're providing? What if you fall? Can they pick up for you? Can they make sure things are right? Let me stop right here. Go ahead, bro. I don't want to give y'all too much of me.
I gotta follow up on something you said. Learning how to be selfish. It's not a bad thing, you know. Me personally, I learned how to be selfish late, sadly, because I was the type everybody used to come to me because they know what I can do. They were saying, "Oh, Mike got it, Mike got it, Mike can help, Mike can help," and I was there, helping, 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 helping. But then when I looked at it, it held me back from what I really wanted to achieve and what I really wanted to do. So when I started saying no to everybody, it was a problem. I was this, I was this, I was that, I was that. It kind of hurted me, because I was like, damn, I don't know how to say no. But then it kind of felt good me saying no because I was looking at y'all fall, basically, because y'all couldn't do it without me. But you supposed to learn how to do it without me. I got two boys, a 9-year-old and a 15-year-old. My 9-year-old is like a superstar. This boy knows so much. My 15-year-old, he knows, but it's like I gotta beat it in his head. But he's the older one, so I gotta lean on him. I'm trying to teach him, you know, that yo, you gotta get out there and do what you gotta do. You're 15 years old. You could go get a summer job right about now. You gotta build yourself up because you're getting older. Life is about to start hitting you. You're about to be 16 this year. I'm trying to teach you how to be a man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because your mom ain't doing it. All she doing is laying in bed watching YouTube all day. You know what I'm saying? My 9-year old now, he's oh my God, all over the place, but he get it. He understands. And I'm gonna have to do the same thing with him too. I'm gonna have to beat it in his head. Yeah, you're getting good grades and everything. You're doing great. Keep it up. Don't sit there and look to the streets or anything like that. Just keep doing what you gotta do. Just follow my lead. Everything I'm telling you what to do, just keep on doing it. Just keep on doing it. I want you to don't have the same mistakes as what your dad have. Your dad had many mistakes.
So I'm sitting here in my head trying to remember everything y'all was saying because Z said a mouthful. And then Charlie you came back with the, saying no thing. I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely got to touch on this selfish and saying no. But back to you, Z. So how do people, okay, you said if you raise your children, let me get this right now, raise your children and there's nobody around where you can show them the provider part, right? Now, I was a single mother. My mom was a single mother. But she instilled in me to be good to people and to be able to stand on my own feet and provide for myself and my children. I put that in my children too. But for whatever reason, they spoil. Now I ain't gonna lie. I got a 29-year-old and a 24-year-old, and they still lean upon their mama like heavily. And so I'm to the point now where I'm like, listen, I gotta let these grown folks be grown folks. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, because now it's looking like I'm taking care of adult children. So now I gotta let God step in and help them. But at the same, that's a hard thing. That's a real hard thing. It's hard for me to say no to my children. So Charlie, I'm working on that boundary situation right there because all my life I've been yes, yes, you can have a car like Oprah, you can have a bag. Now I'm just like, how can I build my foundation? I'm never gonna get my foundation built if I'm constantly giving, 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 giving. What do I have for myself? So I'm having to learn the hard way of saying, no, you can't have it. Not only that, setting boundaries in life in general, because my children just pop up at the house, knock on the door. I'm in the bed. So now I'm setting boundaries. I'm trying to set boundaries in that way to say, hey, you can't do that. You can't be coming over here
I'm
no
not
9
home.
o'clock. I ain't home.
Right. I'm not home right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Beep. Like, whoa, wait a minute. But you know what? My brothers used to tell me, you need to be selfish. And me at the young me said, that's crazy. You gotta be there for people, when they need you. If you can do something for somebody, do it for them. But when I started getting older and I'm just learning this lesson, Charlie, you gotta be selfish. They sit no money because they selfish. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. They selfish, but you have to do that at some point. Help who you love. You know the ones you need to help, but you also got to help yourself too. So
It's not even that. I was taught two different ways. My grandmother was the one to tell me, oh, you gotta help those, you know what I'm saying? My mother was the one, oh, you gotta learn how to be selfish. So I'm like,
mm,
but your mom, your mother told me I gotta do this. No, you gotta listen to me. Come from my standpoint, because you live with me, child. You gotta learn how to be selfish.
wow,
So yeah, like when two like mother and father or grandmother and mother, etc., when two older people raise you, you yourself got to learn how to balance that out. You
yes,
have to.
All right, so let me answer your question, Nikki. How do you learn to be selfish? Because I'm gonna switch it. How do you learn to be selfish when it comes to your children? Right? How do you teach them to be a provider when you're the single parent? All right, so here's the answer. First off, I'm a selfish individual by nature. By nature, I'm partially selfish, but I'm a super giving individual. Okay. I learned early on that what I want for myself is what I want for myself, and I'm not going to give it to you, period, because this is what I want. If I want you to have some, I'll go buy it for you. I'll get you your own. Okay? I don't mind. This way, I don't have to share. When it comes to my children, right? I'm going to tell you how I do this. We literally go to the store. Don't ask me for nothing. All right? We have this conversation, and we've been having this conversation for almost 16 years. When we go to the store, before we get to the store, before we go inside the store, it's 3 times. Do not ask me for anything. If I want you to have it, I will get it for you. If I feel like you have deserved it, I will get it for you. That's providing. I'm providing you your necessaries, and then I'm going to provide you a treat for your good behaviors, for your doing what I asked you to do, or anything in that bracket. But I am not just going to splurge all of my funds for you. You didn't get up and go to work. You didn't get up and do anything for this money. Why would I ever do that? How are you ever going to learn how to get your own? How are you ever going to learn anything? We again have to remember that we are not just raising children. We're raising children all the way up until the age of 13, and then we are starting to raise adults. If you keep not being selfish, when you get this 13-year-old who is now becoming molded in their ways, you're never going to have this change. You're always going to have to share, even with your adult children. I'm not doing that with no adult. You're not coming to my house. You're not doing that. Even inside my house right now, they got to knock on my room wall. Knock. The door is closed. Okay? No, and I will tell you if I don't feel like talking right now, nobody's home. I'll go to sleep on you. Okay? Eyes will shut and I am snoring. I wasn't even tired. But it's not time right now. Okay? This is where you're teaching boundaries and we're creating spaces. My personal space, your personal space. I don't just come in your personal space and invade. I knock on your door. So you knock on my door. I treat you with the respect I want you to treat me with. Even though you're a child, this is how you're going to learn. Everything that you do with your children instills some type of moral in them, whether it's providing for themselves or others, right? Or it's taking care of themselves. It's anything. Everything that you do with your children is instilling some sort of moral. You have to teach lessons in everything. I don't care what it is. Y'all could be walking to the store. There's a lesson in walking to the store. We're walking to the store because we need groceries. You have to eat. That's the lesson. So now we have to pick out all the items that we want to have for the next few weeks or month or whatever it is, because we have to eat so we can survive. There's a lesson in everything that you do with your children, but people are too lazy to want to do the lessons. It's so much more easier to give in to the easy for your children. Stop doing that. I hope I answered your question.
You know what? You come from the old school era of raising children. Because my mom told me that same thing. We're going in the store. Don't ask for nothing. Don't look at nothing. Don't nothing. You're not getting nothing unless I want you to have something. Now, the crazy part about it, I told my kids that too. But then I have this thing in the back of my head. My mom always tell me, be there for your kids when they need you. Don't ever not be there for your kids. So I'm like torn between give and let them go through let them go through their lessons, or give and bail them out of their situation, because mama said always be there for your kids.
But let me ask you a question. Where do you find the in between? What is the necessaries for them to have help? You understand? Because if I
Mhm.
come to you and I say, Mom, um, I don't have gas. I really need some gas right now. That's your problem. You was irresponsible. You knew before you left out that house that your car needed gas. You chose to go out the door, you chose to drive your car, and you chose to lose gas. I'm not helping you. Now you have to find you a solution. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's the unnecessary. Here's the necessary. You know what, Mom? I'm working. Something happened with my apartment. You know, the rent, the landlord is a whole big thing. But I have money. I just need to save up so I can get a new place. I just need somewhere to stay. Can you help me? That's the necessary. We
Okay.
have to define which one is more important because you don't want
Mhm.
to hassle yourself trying to help them every single time. You
That's
have to allow them to adult, or you're gonna be helping them until you dead.
It's an ongoing battle with that, with needs and wants. People get it mixed up. Even us adults
Exactly.
get it mixed up. You know what I'm saying? Because we see the glitter and gold. Oh, we want that, but we really don't need that. You know what I'm saying? We need to put food in the house for the kids. We need to, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything is all right with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing we got to work on, our needs and our wants.
But that's where adulting comes in. And that's where proper adulting comes in because you should know to always put your needs before your wants. It should never be a time where you're like, oh, you know what? I just brought this dog, but I got a phone bill to pay. Let me call my cousin and see if my cousin can pay my bill. Why would you do that? Didn't you need your phone bill paid? But you just wanted this dog. That dog couldn't wait. It wasn't going nowhere. There's plenty of dogs in the world. But your phone about to be off.
Facts. Facts
facts.
about that.
This is adulting. This is what our parents are supposed to be teaching us to do at 13 and up. We have to learn how to start adulting. If we're not learning these certain traits, then you have 40-year-olds who are confused in the world and don't know nothing and they can't adult at all.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Y'all see why when I bring them on here, y'all, we Twisted Tuesdays is a 20-minute conversation. We already at almost 40 minutes because we get up here and we get it going. We can't stop. We done switched the subject about 3 times. But now, y'all, this is y'all moment. Cause y'all, Z, you gotta tell them about this book. Charlie, you gotta tell them what's in the works for you. So I'm gonna let Z go first. Let everybody know where to find that book and where to follow your journey. Here you go.
All right, all right, all right. It is me, poetically sincere. So, or Z Smith, whichever one you choose. I but my book, you could. It's called Her Sincerest Story. One of the most touching stories you will ever read. I promise. In this year, and you can find it on Amazon. You can get it Kindle. It comes however you want it. It's there. But listen, it's about a woman who has faced the most type of dysfunctional um, life issues that one can face at such a young age. And I think that it can help and inspire many people who are facing these type of challenges. So go get the book. Go get the book, read the book, leave a review, let me know. And also, I'm gonna tell you about another book. It's called A Letter to Her Younger Self. It's an anthology. I am a featured author, and it's just a letter that I wrote to a younger me. I healed myself just a step at a time. Um, but I'm on Facebook, Z Smith. You could catch me on TikTok, Syncere Z. I'm out here.
See, I didn't know she was in another a letter to your younger self. See, every time they come up here, y'all, they have something. They gotta tell me that's new. Congratulations. I love
Thank
it.
you.
Y'all,
Thank
I
you so
co-signed that message. That book is good. That book is good. I'm telling
much. Yeah,
y'all, don't y'all gotta take my word for that because I'm asking her where's part two. Like, I need more.
I'm working on it.
What we doing?
I'm working.
All right, Charlie, here you go.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Charlie Nice. You know, you can find me on Facebook, Charlie Nice Nice. I got a project coming up called 8. It's 8 deep. poems about myself. You know what I'm saying? I had put it on hold. I was supposed to drop it in January, but life started life, and so it's gonna drop. Author Nikki Nicole, my sister, she's gonna let y'all know when it dropped. I thank her for it. She's pushing me, pushing me, pushing me. But it's in the works. And I got a book called Cafe. It's coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? So I got y'all. Don't worry. All right, peace. I got y'all.
Let me find out. What? 2 books. I almost cried behind the stage. I almost cried backstage. I said, I know you lying. 2 books. That's what's up. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I can't wait. I'm gonna be the first one to buy it. So I can't wait. So you got to make sure you let me know when they drop, because I got you. I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I got
Oh,
you.
okay.
You.
You was just sitting there, man. I'm like,
I hear you. I hear you.
am I on mute? Because I be on mute in a
No,
minute
no,
now.
no, no, no. You on mute. You not on mute. You loud and clear.
Okay. But thank y'all, everybody, for joining me in another Twisted Tuesdays. Listen, make sure you go get Poetically Syncere's book. If you need the information on how to purchase it, I will let you know and send that information to you. Trust me, y'all. Let me get myself. I don't like being on full string, y'all. But that book is good. When she sent me the draft, y'all, the crazy part about it, the first draft she sent me wasn't a complete draft, right? I read that to the end, and I was like, wait, it's got to be more. It's got to be. Then she sent me the next draft, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This life story is amazing. Like, it's going to take you on some roller coasters and some twists that you be like, I know you lying. But I'm being serious, y'all. I love the book. So y'all make sure y'all get it. And Charlie, he's sweet. He's slick with those words now. If y'all haven't heard him on Breaking Silence for Freestyle Friday, go back and listen to his poems, Deep. Both of them are deep poets, y'all. I'm telling you. And I'm not just saying this because they my brother and sister. I'm not just saying that. I'm serious. They are the business. So you got to check them out. So this is another Twisted Tuesdays. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you to my brother Charlie Nice and my sister Z Smith for joining me in this conversation and stepping up anytime that I ask you to come up and share your thoughts. Remember, the definition of a provider isn't one size fits all. It's all about what you bring to the table in your own unique way. So keep using your voice out there. Keep having these real conversations. And we'll see you next month for some more truth, for some more talk, and more twists. So stay tuned, stay real, and keep it twisted. Later.
Only being married once. Only been married once. Only gonna be married once. And I still say no. No, you should never, ever remain in an unhappy marriage for the sake of the children. I know people who have done that, who are in unhappy marriages right now, and they're staying for the sake of people. And if you think those kids don't know y'all unhappy, you are aloof. You are completely aloof if you think your kids can't tell that you are unhappy in your marriage. So, yeah, I've been married since 2010. Come June, it'll be 15 years that I've been married. And if we were unhappy, we probably wouldn't be here.
Thanks for tuning in to another Twisted Tuesdays. Join me on the last Tuesday of the month at 6 p.m. See you then.